Internet. Today we have something a little different for you. As you may have heard, Aetherdrift has dropped, and we have quite a few packs to open up today. So I think we're going to see what 30 packs can yield. These should be mythic. We got some fun golden packs to deal with as well. So stick around and let's see what the pack gods bestow upon us. Let's see. Ready? Begin. Oh boy. Riptide Gearhulk. Alright, not bad. Yeah, we could have fun with that. Okay. Goblin Surveyor. Sweet. I don't have much of any of these cards right now, so a lot of these are going to be firsts. Thunderous Velocipede. Nice, the green vehicle. Man, I remember when the first vehicles came out. Smuggler's Copter and Aethersphere Harvester. Those were OP. Pretty sure those are the two cards why, the reasons at least, why we don't have very many crew ones. But we have a few. We have a few still. But crew 2 and up seems to be the way. Oh ho ho, okay. Oozy. Creatures you control have base power and toughness of 6/6 and are oozes. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I really like these the art. A lot of the artwork for these cards is fun, I've noticed. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. Alright. Oh, we have our first Planeswalker. Chandra, Spark Hunter, 4 mana. Let's see. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose up to 1 target vehicle you control. Until the end of turn, it becomes an artifact creature and gains haste. Very nice. I always like having those innate abilities on your Planeswalker. Just extra value. And then we can sack an artifact or discard a card to draw a card. We can create a 3/2 vehicle. With crew 1, of course, it gets that benefit from her stagnant. And then you get an emblem with whenever an artifact you control enters, this emblem deals 3 damage to any target. Pretty slick. Pretty slick. Alright, let's keep going here. Oh, let's see. Nice. That's going to be great for limited. Yeah, I kind of avoided a lot of the spoilers. So for me, I'm looking at some of these cards for the first time. Because I have more fun kind of doing this than just spoiling the whole set. Call me weird. Oh, that's always fun. I'm actually really low on my mythic and rare wild cards, so that'll be nice. Alright. Here we go. Mu Yanling, Wind Rider. When this creature enters, create a 3/2 colorless vehicle artifact. Tuck with crew 1. Vehicles you have or control of flying. Nice. Whenever one or more creatures you control with flying deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. I like that. Yeah. That along with that Chandra we just opened would be pretty slick. Alright. Oh, let's see. What are we here? Okay. Okay, another one. Already getting our doubles already. Okay. Nice. I always like easy fixing like this, and with some cycling, that's pretty much going to go into almost every single deck. Oh, we're due for a mythic. Nice. Flying haste, start your engines. Okay, okay. Okay. Ah, Hazoret is back. I didn't even realize we were getting the gods back. Indestructible haste. Okay. Target creature gets with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. Okay. Not bad. Good 2-drop, since it'll be able to crew a lot for you with 5 power. It's pretty solid there. And it starts your engines. Yeah, you can't ask for more, really. Ooh. The Rakdos Gear Hulk. When this creature enters, put target creature card with mana value 4 or less from a graveyard or the battlefield under your control with a finality counter on it. And it gets Menace, Death Touch, and Haste. I think this was really a brainchild with Goblin Chain Whirler, right? Because it'll get Death Touch, so it turns it into a one-sided board wipe, basically. Which sounds pretty fun. Okay, we got some firsts over here. Sure. Yeah. Love me a Mono Rock. Alright. Oh, we've got our Looty Boy. Alright. I'm probably going to make a Brawl deck for this guy. Who isn't? I know there's mixed feelings on this guy. Some people are calling him a trap. Some people are calling him the GOAT. We're just going to have to wait and see. I don't know. I think as a commander, he's got a lot of possibilities. And especially with blinking, and he's undoubtedly going to die, so you're going to replay him again. So to be able to just throw him on the board and instantly draw 3, I think is pretty nice. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Okay. Oh, I love these right here. That's kind of high, though, but good for limited. Nice. Takes you back to Smuggler's Copter a bit. Oh, the Ignition. Pretty cool. This lets you turn all your Death Touchers into board wipes, huh? Alright, Ketramos, the New Dawn. Black-white, Menace, Lifelink, Indestructible. Can't attack or block unless there are 7 or more cards in exile. Whenever 1 or more cards are put into exile from graveyards and or the battlefield during your turn, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Okay, sure. I always love card advantage in black-white because there's not that much of it without paying a lot of life. So this is nice. Cool. Yeah, I like that. Ah, the Dimir Gear Hulk. Lifelink Ward 1. When this creature enters, look at target player's hand. You may choose a card from it. If you do, that player discards that card, then draws a card. Maybe not as strong as some of the other ones. Ward 1's nice, I guess. Lifelink's not bad. But I would have liked to have gained like the ability to play that card or something. Feels like a overpriced Vendilion Click without flash. Okay, nice. Pretty neat that each player loses the 2 life instead of just you. You get the cards and deal 2 damage to your opponent as well. That's pretty solid, actually. Trade the helm. Alright, what do we got here? Oh, The Last Ride. Very cool artwork. Very, very cool artwork, I think. The more you look at it, the more details you're probably going to see. 1 black mana for a legendary artifact vehicle. And the last ride gets negative X, where X is your life total. And you can pay 2 life to draw a card for 3 mana. Cruise for 2. Yeah, that's pretty cool. At the very least, having a stagnant pay 2, draw a card kind of thing isn't too terrible. Haunted Hellride. Whenever you attack target creature you control gets +1 and gains Death Touch. Yeah, there's a lot of Death Touch in the set so far. Cool. Oh, here we go. The Aether Spark. 4 colorless mana, legendary artifact, planeswalker, equipment. A little bit of everything in this card. As long as the Aether Spark is attached to a creature, the Aether Spark can't be attacked and has, whenever equipped creature deals combat damage during your turn, put that many loyalty counters on the Aether Spark. That's pretty cool. +1, attach the Aether Spark to up to 1 target creature you control and put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. -5 to draw 2 cards. -10 to add 10 mana of any one color. Interesting, interesting, interesting. We'll see how this goes. It's pretty interesting to see a Planeswalker equipment. I don't believe we've had that before, so this opens up the door for a couple other fun things in equipment decks, I suppose, especially when you partner it with that one, what is it, Sigarda's Aid, to be able to free equip an equipment and whatnot. So this could lead to some really interesting things. Okay. Sorry, some of you probably have all of these memorized already, but I'm literally reading these almost all for the first time. Cool. All right. Oh, okay. Well, we're ready. We have Aether Sparks ready to go. As a primarily Brawl player, I'm not too keen on getting doubles and triples of cards, but you know. Maybe one day I'll start in Standard again. I suppose that's kind of popular now and then. Reveals their hand. You choose instant or sorcery. Sure. For 3 mana, start your engines, hand hate, and it gets +1/+1 menace. Yeah, sure. That's pretty solid, actually. Yeah. All right. Oh, nice. Just a tap for haste. Max speed. Heck yeah. Oh, there you go. Another double. Let's see. I really like the Tron cycle. That's really cool looking. I don't think I noticed that the first time I opened her. Yeah. Yep, that's going to be pretty important, I'm thinking. Artifact hate's going to be huge. Oh boy, okay, well we are ready for our Aether Spark deck, aren't we? Fine, when this creature enters, all other creatures get -2, -2. 7-drop though. That's pretty wild. Yeah, it's just too pricey, but could be a limited bomb, I guess. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, create a treasure token. Enchanted permanent gets 1/1 and vigilance. Okay. Well, maybe this could make it into my Dragon Lord Ojutai deck. 1 mana, 1/1 vigilance isn't too bad. Really cool artwork, this set. All right, what are we getting here? Another Hazoret. Okay. Okay. Nice. Nice. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, always solid. This is some cool artwork. Lightning Strike. Oh, yeah. We are down to our last 10 packs, you guys. What do we get here? Haste. Yeah, sure. Not bad. That's going to definitely make an aggro list. Artifact spells cost 1 less. That's also nice. All right, here we go. Okay, another Rakdos Gear Hulk. Home stretch, home stretch. What do we get here? Using its toughness instead of its power. Okay. This creature gets +1 for each artifact you control. Yeah, okay. And Radiant Lotus. Sacrifice 1 or more artifacts. Choose a color. Target player adds 3 mana of the chosen color for each artifact sacrificed this way. Pretty cool. So you tap this, you sack a treasure token, and all of a sudden you have a lotus. A black lotus. Interesting. I suppose you can sack it to itself. And it's for each artifact. Okay, that's pretty crazy then. Yeah, that's asking for some creative combos. Sack outlets like that always lead to some fun. What do we have here? Start your engines max speed at the beginning of your end step. Create a 2/2. Yeah, nice. Look at that guy. Just a 3 mana 7/2. Okay. I always think it's neat when they throw an amazing amount of flavor text on a card that has nothing else on it. Okay, here we go. Okay, another Ketramos. Sabotage Strategist. Whenever 1 or more creatures attack you, those creatures get -1. It's pretty nice. Interesting. Okay. Unswerving Sloth. 5 mana, 5/5. Whenever this creature attacks while saddled, it gains indestructible until end of turn. There we go, something new. Salvation Engine. 5 mana. Other artifact creatures you control get +2/+2. Whenever this vehicle attacks, return up to 1 target artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield. Pretty cool. Crew 6 is pretty rough, but there are so many free crew abilities that I think this may have some opportunities for fun. Okay. Kickoff Celebrations. And Rider Spike's Bitter. They look like they're having fun, huh? Magmakin Artillerist. Another cool artwork here. Back on track. Okay, and we have... Here we go. Vigilance Menace. When this creature enters, other creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain Vigilance and Menace. And damage can't be prevented this turn. That's pretty big. Definitely a limited bomb, giving everything Vigilance and Menace and an Anthem. That's gonna turn the tide for sure. And itself, yeah. Haste would have been pretty slick. So, yeah, not bad. Sure, okay. Sure, okay, here we go. Another Mu Yanlin. That is some cool artwork. Home stretch, home stretch. Defender, when this creature enters, if an opponent controls more lands than you, create a treasure token. It's a fascinating 3/1 for a defender. Another Velocipede. Plow through. Don't mind if I do. Maximum Overdrive. Okay. I'm always liking some Death Touch and Indestructible. And here we have... Okay. Look at that artwork, you guys. That's wild. Okay, let's try to pronounce this right. Mimeoplasm. Revered one, okay? X, black, green, blue. As Mimeoplasm enters, exile up to X creature cards from your graveyard. It enters with 3+1/+1 counters on it for each creature card exiled this way. And for 2 colorless mana, what do you say, Mimeoplasm or Mimeoplasm? Either way. Mimeoplasm becomes a copy of target creature card exiled with it, except it's 0/0 and has this ability. Okay. Well, that's definitely got some potential. I do love an X cost where the X is not mana. That always gives you some really cool opportunities. All right. See, for me, the firsts are big because I'm looking at this as just a brawl player. I just want one of everything because that's all I need. So I'm happy to have all these firsts. Here we go, another one. Okay, this is a big boy. Valor's Flagship. 4 colorless and 3 white. For a flying, first strike, lifelink. Basically a white mothership. Crew 3, which is pretty nice, although that's a really high cost. Cycling for X, 2 colorless and white. And when you cycle this card, create X/1/1 colorless pilot creature tokens with this token saddles, mounts, and crews vehicles as though it's a power of 2 greater. Oh, as if its power were 2 greater. Okay, so nice. It's a confusing way to write that. I wonder why they don't say it as if, oh, I guess as you buff it, it perpetually or progressively becomes stronger. So if this became a 2/2, it would now crew as if it's a 4. Okay, I guess that's a better way to write that. Last one. Don't forget we have the golden packs. Okay. Target creature gets +X and gains first strike until end of turn. Sure. Yeah. Too bad that's not trample. And we have at the beginning of your upkeep Surveil 1. That's pretty useful. I like that sort of thing. And then you can sack this to return a creature artifact from a graveyard to the battlefield. That's pretty huge right there actually for 2 mana. Yeah. Almost feels like an Azcanta. Riptide again. Okay. And here we go. First golden pack. Ho ho ho. Lord Skitter. Riverturn Monument. Okay. Any number of target players each mill 2 cards. Exhaust. Any number of target players each mill cards equal to the number of cards in their graveyard. That adds up quick. Oh, Rotten Mouth Viper. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may sacrifice any number of non-land permanents. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each permanent sacrificed this way. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, put a blight counter on it. Then, for each blight counter on it, each opponent loses 4 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent of their choice or discards a card. Man, that was an essay. Gosh, okay. Sure. Toby. Beastie Befriender. Okay, a little bit of Monsters Inc. right here. For 3 mana, when Toby enters, create a 4/4 white beast creature token with this token can't attack or block alone. As long as you control 4 or more creature tokens you control have flying. Pretty neat. Unstoppable Plan. I believe we've had a lot of talk about this one. I was actually very interested in running this card, so I'm pretty happy to have gotten it just right now, the first try. At the beginning of your end step, untap all non-land permanents you control. That's pretty huge. Obviously, it's just non-land permanents, but that could lead to a lot of value. Okay, we got the fancy Omniscience. Sure, I'll take it. All right, second golden pack. For the common good, XX green, create X tokens that are copies of target token you control. Then tokens you control gain indestructible until your next turn. You gain 1 life for each token you control. That's pretty huge. The whole indestructible until your next turn, that's quite nice. Yeah. Mind Spring Merfolk, 1 blue mana for a 1/1 Merfolk wizard with exhaust of X and double blue. You draw X cards. You put a 1/1 counter on each Merfolk creature you control. Bit of a one-off. I mean, I won't say no to drawing X cards, so 3 mana for 1 card, but then you get 1/1 on every Merfolk. I guess, yeah. Okay, Overlord of the Flood Pits for 5 mana in blue, an enchantment creature, Avatar Horror. Pretty cool artwork there. Oh yeah. Impending 4, love me some impending, and flying. Whenever this permanent enters or attacks, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. Poetic Ingenuity for 3 mana in red for an enchantment. Whenever 1 or more dinosaurs you control attack, create that many treasure tokens. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. This ability only triggers once each turn. Pretty cool. Yeah. Caradora, Heart of Alakria. I think I said that right. Yeah, some cool artwork there. Legendary creature, Human Knight. When Caradora enters, you may search your library for a mount or vehicle card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a creature or vehicle you control, that many +1/+1/+1 counters are put on it instead. Pretty cool. Hardened scales for your creature vehicles. Sure. 4/2 is a little disappointing, but, you know, take what you can get. Okay, the Millennium Calendar. 1 mana legendary mythic artifact here. Whenever you untap 1 or more permanents during your untap step, put that many time counters on the Millennium Calendar. For 2 mana and you tap it, double the number of time counters on the Millennium Calendar. And when there are 1,000 or more time counters on the Millennium Calendar, sacrifice it and each opponent loses 1,000 life. That's interesting. I suppose this with something like Vorinclex could be neat. Okay, sure. We'll see how that goes. Last golden pack. Are you guys ready? All right, we have Howl Squad Heavy. 3 mana in red for a creature goblin mercenary with start your engines. Other goblins you control have haste. Always nice. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. That token attacks this combat if able. And at max speed, you can tap it to add 1 red mana for each goblin you control. That's interesting. So a bit ramp eventually. It's always nice to have a goblin generator like this, so sure. I'm not sure about giving red ramp to your aggro deck, but hey, why not? Okay, good old Restless Cottage. Fearless Swashbuckler. 1 blue-red for a fish pirate. With haste, vehicles you control have haste. And whenever you attack, if a pirate and a vehicle attack this turn, draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards. That's interesting. Draw 3, discard 2. Okay. Redcap Gutter Dweller, 4 mana, red goblin warrior with menace. When this creature enters, create 2 1/1 black rat creature tokens with this token can't block. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on this creature and exile the top card of your library, and you may play that card this turn. Very nice that it's play, so you can get lands out of the way. Interesting that it makes rats. Interesting. Okay. Far Fortune End Boss. Okay. Rakdos, 4 mana, legendary creature, human mercenary. It starts your engines, and whenever you attack, Far Fortune deals 1 damage to each opponent. Okay? And then at max speed, if a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 1. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, 4/5's pretty solid for 4 mana. Feels like it could have used a little more. Maybe give it First Strike or maybe give it Menace, something. And then a Muldrotha. All right, well, all in all, not too bad. A lot of doubles, but for someone who didn't have any of these cards, as you see how many firsts I'm getting of everything, I'm pretty happy with it. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed seeing these packs. I hope you guys pull some really great cards out of your packs. So next time I see you, we'll be playing Brawl. Have a good one. And remember, elevate your game.